you ever thought about this question? If money makes people rich, then why don't we just print more of it? Imagine the government wakes up tomorrow and says, let's give every citizen $1 million. Problem solved, right? No more poverty, no more debt, everyone becomes rich. Sounds amazing until you realize it would actually destroy the economy. Let's find out why. Part 1, what money really is. Money isn't real wealth. It's a tool we use to measure and exchange value. Think of it like a ruler. A ruler measures length. If we suddenly make the ruler longer or shorter, the object itself doesn't change. Same with money. Printing more doesn't create more value. Here's an example. Let's say your country has $1 million total and 1 million apples. That means each apple is worth $1. Now, the government prints another $1 million, but the number of apples stays the same. What happens? Now each apple costs $2 because there's more money chasing the same number of goods. That's inflation in action. The real danger, inflation. Inflation means prices go up while the value of money goes down. When there's too much money in circulation, each dollar becomes less powerful. Imagine going to buy your morning coffee. Yesterday it was $3, today it's $10, next week it's $50. That's not an exaggeration, it's happened before. 3 real examples from history. Example 1, 1920s. After World War I, Germany started printing massive amounts of money to pay its debts. At first, it seemed like a solution. Everyone had more cash. But soon, bread that used to cost 1 mark shot up to 200 billion marks. People carried money in wheelbarrows just to buy groceries. Workers were paid twice a day because by evening, their money had already lost value. Example 2, Zimbabwe 2000s. Zimbabwe printed so much money that it ended up issuing a $100 trillion bill, and it still couldn't buy a loaf of bread. The currency collapsed completely. Example 3, Venezuela 2010s. In Venezuela, people saw prices doubling every few weeks. Savings became worthless, and people started trading goods instead of money, all because their governments thought they could print their way out of problems. Part 4, why printing money doesn't work. The main issue is that money represents value. It doesn't create it. Value comes from production, innovation, and work. When we make cars, grow food, teach, or build technology, that's real wealth. If you print more money without creating more value, you're just dividing the same pie into smaller pieces. Everyone gets more numbers, but the real stuff, food, houses, energy, stays limited. That's why rich countries aren't rich because they have more money. They're rich because they produce more things people want. Part 5, when printing money does happen. Now, some people might say, but wait, didn't governments print money during COVID? Yes, they did, but in a controlled way. Central banks use something called monetary policy, where they print money to stimulate the economy, but they try to balance it by adjusting interest rates and taxes. If they print too much, inflation hits. If they print too little, recession happens. It's a delicate dance. Part 6, the real way to get rich. So if printing money isn't the answer, what is? The only real way to get richer, as a person or a country, is to create more value, invent something useful, provide a service people need, educate yourself and others, improve productivity. When you create, innovate, or solve problems, you generate real wealth, and money naturally follows that value. Part 7, outro, takeaway. So next time someone says, why don't we just print more money? You'll know the answer. Because money without value is just paper. True wealth isn't printed, it's created. And if you enjoyed this video and actually learned something new today, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss the next episode of What Should You Know? Because here, we break down the world's most confusing questions and turn them into stories you'll actually understand. So the next time someone asks, why can't we just print more money? You'll smile because you already know.